Hi, this is Susan Geffen, and I'm really excited today to share this video with you. I'm here with Molly Forrest. She is the president and CEO of the Jewish Home for the Aging, and we're in Reseda, California. The reason I'm so excited is because this campus is amazing. It offers a lot of services to seniors, and the new service that's being offered is the PACE program. I wrote about this in my book, Take That Nursing Home and Shove It, because I'm very interested in making sure that we start delivering services to seniors in the community. And the PACE program, which is an acronym for the Program for All-Inclusive Care for the Elderly, is one way that we can start serving seniors in the community and keeping them out of institutions. And so, Molly, please tell us about this program.
PACE is, as Susan said, a long-time federal program that works in cooperation with each state. And basically the money, if you will, comes from the federal Medicare program and the state welfare program or private insurance or private money. And that becomes a capitated payment, which has to provide for all the care that a person would normally receive. Most Americans are familiar with HMOs, which operate on the same basis. They get capitated money that they fold together to cover all services. The unique feature of the PACE program is that the goal and mission is to keep people at home, outside of an institution, for as long as it can safely be done. Nationally, PACE programs do have 10 or 15% of their enrollees who use a nursing home at some portion of time. But it's usually for a very small period of time, and often it's for rehabilitation and they go back home. So this is a program that is focused on keeping seniors healthy and well in their own homes, because it is targeted for a group who would be otherwise in a nursing home. So it's important to remember that these are frail seniors or who have chronic conditions and multiple diagnoses and need help. So the program is intended to do what we all want for our parents, which is to be able to live safe, well, and very well medically handled and treated, but in their own homes and not in a nursing home.
Thank you for that. That was a great explanation. There's a lot of budget cuts in many of the state's governments, and I'm wondering if the budget crisis that we have in California is impacting these PACE programs and the potential proliferation of them.
Everyone knows that the budget crisis in the government is real and that we need to find better ways to deal with seniors in particular who have many frailties and multiple diagnoses and conditions that make it more likely that they might go into a hospital or use an emergency room or doctor's office. The PACE program is uniquely designed to deal excellently with those kinds of individual issues. The budget cuts, particularly in California, have forced the government to look at a duals program for managing seniors. And the duals program requires a longer discussion, but as it aligns with PACE, certain counties will be mandated for people who are in the Medi-Cal program and with Medicare to go into managed care programs for receipt of all of their services.
We call these people euphemistically Medi-Medis.
Or now they're often called duals.
Dual eligibles.
Okay. So for the Medi-Cal program in the state of California, everyone who is on Medi-Cal will roll in, if you will, to a managed care program in 2014. The timing varies, but basically by the end of 2014, all Medi-Cal beneficiaries will be in a managed care program. The Medicare portion is going to be enrolled. The federal government did approve this for 8 counties, and we have not quite 500,000 seniors who will also be enrolled as a happy birthday present. It occurs on their birth month in 2014 into a managed care plan. PACE throughout the state of California is an option for people to choose for that enrollment period. And I think it's very important that seniors in California understand what PACE is, and then make sure if they have it in their community that they look at it as a viable option to help them stay home with excellent care and excellent services.
Yes, and this goes to the point in my last chapter of my book, which if you haven't gotten already, I urge you to get. It's on Amazon. It's really not very expensive, and it's chock full of this type of information, and it's all designed to help you age successfully. But the last chapter is called We Used to Burn Our Bras, Didn't We? And the reason I wrote that is because part of ensuring that we individually and collectively age successfully is by using our voices to discuss these issues and make voting choices that further this cause. And one thing that you can do is to become more knowledgeable, more conversant, and more articulate about what government programs exist, why they exist, what you want to exist, or what you want to have continuing to exist. You have to use your voice. And this is one program that we should all be very, very vocal and vociferous about.
And I would endorse that, because I look at what Susan is doing in promoting choices for Americans as our opportunity to frame the future. I turned 65 just a few months ago, so I'm a senior citizen. And I look ahead and realize that the Medicare and the Social Security I have available to me is going to change. Perhaps not the way that I would prefer, but by voting and making my voice heard, I have an opportunity to influence the decisions politicians make about these various programs. PACE has been around since the 1970s. California gets kudos, hooray, mazel tov, because California is the beginning site of the first PACE program in the United States. When it started in San Francisco with an organization called Unlock, it was a community group that said, we don't want our parents in a traditional nursing home. We want to create a nursing home without walls. So they literally bought a building and they put into it a medical clinic, a kitchen and dining area, activity space, sleeping rooms, shower and bathing facilities, therapy rooms, fitness center, counseling offices. And they proposed to the government that seniors could live in their own homes with their families and come for a day program, and that at night, if something happened, that a call could be given to the PACE program. And the PACE program would make sure that the person was hospitalized if needed, went to the ER. They could even dispatch a doctor or a nurse practitioner to visit someone at home. Transportation is included in this program. It is a one-stop and one call for everything that a senior needs to be able to live independently, well, and safely at home with the family that they love and who loves them and will help care for them.
And would it be possible now to have a bird's eye view of the PACE Center so people can actually put together intellectually what they're hearing with the practical reality of what a PACE site looks like?
I would love to do that. To Dennis Sign and the city of LA, we were able to get a loading zone marked here. So our Brandman Center vans for the PACE program pull up here, and people come in and they can go up the staircase or up the ramp on the other side into the Brandman Centers for Senior Care, the Jewish Homes PACE program.
Okay, so this is the congregate meal
This is
center.
for meals and activities. Through the doorway on the far right You're able to see the fitness class that they're doing with our physical therapy instructor. The whole program here is intended for people to socialize. So we have television, we have computers, we usually have music playing because that's usually sort of upbeat, and we want this to be a happy place. Seniors who come to this program must be 55 years of age or older. And again, they have to be what is called nursing home eligible, meaning they must have to have chronic conditions or diagnoses that make them eligible for the services here. They live in the community in their own home, and we hope that by the services we provide here, we're able to allow them to do that for the rest of their lives.
And Molly, is there a certain zip code that this particular program serves?
Oh, that's a great question. The PACE program is approved on zip codes. So the Jewish Home asks for zip codes that go along the 405 freeway north to Granada Hills area and the North Hills part of the valley. Follow the 405 freeway down like a giant Texas hat and go along the Ventura freeway and the 101 to not quite Burbank, east of Studio City, and then to Woodland Hills area along that freeway, and then south to Mulholland. So if you were looking at a map, it looked like kind of a sloppy Texas hat, but it is done by zip codes. Hi, Isaac. I hate to interrupt you. Hi.
Oh, no problem.
Would you like to explain to the viewers a bit about your role in PACE?
Sure. So I'm one of the primary care physicians, and I basically provide primary care for all the residents. I also coordinate care with the consultants. I'm part of the interdisciplinary team group, so that I also coordinate care with the patients with physical therapy, speech therapy, and also work closely in conjunction with the nurses. It's actually very rewarding because I get to work closely with a team to take the best care of these our participants as possible. So that's pretty much my role.
Isaac brings up one of the key things with a PACE program is an interdisciplinary team. So here at the Brandman Centers, you have a doctor, nurse, physical therapist, dietitian, social worker, even the driver who does the transportation and the personal care aides actually meet with the individual Brandman participant, their family members, and decide upon a plan of care and then constantly adjust it as things change.
Right. Exactly.
And each doctor who works with this program has a panel of about 100 patients. So individual physician-managed care and the best services we can provide
Correct.
is what Brandman's all about.
I agree.
Thank you. We're now in the Grand Cell Clinic as a part of the Brandman Centers program. And this is a full clinic. Some places it looks much better than my doctor's office. But here the doctors do their visits. We also have 35 different medical specialties. So we have dental chairs for dental services, hearing aid examinations, audiologist visits, ophthalmology, optometry visits, podiatry care, cardiology, gynecology, anything that you can want is available through the Brandman program. So the clinic space here has a small waiting room, has a small treatment room, and then examination rooms and the like. All the medical records are maintained here at Brandman, and the clinic is a major component of offering a PACE program. It does translate into the quality of care that the PACE programs are known as providing, because everyone receives individualized management of all of their conditions and needs. And this is one component of the Jewish Home family of services that we are so excited to bring to the San Fernando Valley. The Brandman Center also provides meals. So normally people arrive, they're brought by our vans, or an individual's family could bring them to the center. And then they walk in the front door and they either go for a service or a needed care, or they're in this large group activity and dining space. But we also have a mid-morning snack along with coffee at any time, or any kind of drink that They might want not alcohol. And we have a kitchen. So we offer obviously a noon meal, and if people need, we also send a meal home with them for the night. Many of the seniors that we serve through this program might need assistance or guidance while eating, and that's all provided here on site. Seniors normally come to a central location like this 2 or 3 times a week, although we open 5 days a week. So if individuals do need the services of the site, they can come 5 days a week.
And are the meals included in the services, or do they have to come out of pocket for that at a subsidized rate?
I should have explained about the costs. When you are an enrollee with a PACE program, there are no copays and no additional costs for any service. Dental care, hearing aids, eyeglasses, medical care, prescriptions, speech therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy, meals, transportation trips. What you need is what we provide.
So Molly, thank you so much for sharing all of this information with us. I'm personally so happy to know that this exists for the seniors in our community. And if somebody wants to avail themselves of this PACE program or any of the other programs that the Jewish Home offers, what can they do, or how do they get a hold of, maybe not you personally because you're wearing so many different hats, but what would they do?
The PACE program has its own manager, director, and staff. You can call, you can contact us through the website. You can also walk in if you choose to go to Sherman Way in Tampa. We want people to call to refer their family members. Once a referral is made, we do a telephone interview, then we do a home visit and arrange for the individual to come to the center and be able to meet with the physician and do a full medical evaluation. It can take a few weeks to perhaps 6 weeks to enroll an individual into PACE, because when we make the assessment here, that information is sent to the government and they have to approve. The turnaround from the government is very easy. It's maybe 2 to 3 days. Sometimes people hesitate to follow through with the home visit and the medical appointment. Applying for PACE is nothing but an investment of time. There is no obligation. But to not take the advantage to find out about this wonderful program and how it can help to a senior to live at home for the rest of their lives. We need to make sure that every parent has this opportunity to stay at home.